Hi fellas, Tommy 22 here. Today I've got a new toy. Got the L3I heavy barrel tuner. It's L3I / PQP. And I am just working with the base tuner today. What I'm wanting to do is see if it can make okay-ish ammo, shoot good in a great barrel, and also just kind of do some testing for my own information, and I'm just dragging you guys along for the ride. So let's just kind of dive in. I've shot some groups and I've had some issues with, I tried a new camera and I'm having a hard time converting the files over. I've already shot this video once, but I kept the target card because I had some really nice groups on it. I'm basically starting over. I'm going to use my baseline groups from that card with no tuner on it and this ammo to give you a good representation of what it does with this ammo without the tuner. And you'll see it probably somewhere up in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 5 fouling groups, or a 5-shot fouling group, and then I'll shoot just a couple of groups to see where our baseline is, and then we'll start adjusting the tuner. I've got the tuner turned all the way in. It actually goes past 0, but it doesn't make a full turn. Ends up on like number 9 on the tuner. Then what we'll do is we'll take it to 0, and then we'll start turning out until we find a setting. And I'm just going to do full turns for now, but we'll keep turning out until we find a setting that kind of gets us close to where we want it to be. And then from there, we can fine tune after that. Now, there's going to be approximately 22 to 23 turns going out on this tuner that we have, full turns going out that we have on this tuner. So we'll just kind of dive into it and see if a tuner can make a truck axle better. So 5-shot Fowler group / warm-up group, and this barrel it's got about 100 rounds through it right now. So we'll see. I haven't cleaned it. Okay, I'm just going to move over to the next one. We'll shoot a 5-shot group since we're fouled. It's a pretty good group. Let's go ahead and just shoot another one. And this is just with the tuner zeroed out or turned all the way in so far. And groups, just adding the tuner seems to kind of tone the barrel down from what I've seen. And then I've seen some settings where it just makes the barrel kind of go wild on what I'm seeing, like group size wise. And you actually see the tuner, it will affect your point of impact also, which is crazy. Just from those little adjustments you make, you can kind of watch it start drifting your POI. I didn't think it would make a big difference on this. We'll do another 5-shot group here. Well, dang. Be crazy cool if just throw the tuner on and turn it all the way in and we find our setting. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's do another 5-shot group and just see how this goes. See what I got left here. Should have 3 left. Oh, I got one more shot. I'll say that's a pretty good looking group. I don't want to ruin it. It's usually on this 5th shot that it drops out. Man. Let's those are some solid numbers there when we look at the group size. Let's drop down and let's go ahead and shoot a couple more groups. And if it keeps posting groups that size, I am not going to touch it anymore. Maybe we'll do one more. We'll make an adjustment and see how it affects it so you can see what I'm seeing. But maybe from what I'm seeing, I may have gotten lucky and really hit that tune where it should be, especially shooting outdoors. I've got a slight breeze, but nothing crazy. So if you're expecting more than that, like consistency wise, I don't know what to tell you. So let's drop down and shoot a couple more groups here. Okay. I think I shot 6 in my last group, but that just proves the point even more. We had one drop low on that group, which is kind of what I've been seeing with this ammo. I'll get an underpowered round or something. It seems like it just, for some reason, it wants to drop 1/4 to 1/2 inch low about every 10 to 20 rounds. So let's go ahead and run this mag out in it. We'll shoot 2 more groups and see how she does. Now I've kind of gone through all the stuff that's on this gun and the rest I'm using and all that. I'll do an intro, you'll see it in the intro of this video, what all's being used. So if you see something you like, you'll know who to hunt down and get it from. I'm not sponsored by any of these guys or anything like that, but I will show you guys products I like and give you honest feedback. And if you see me running it on the gun, it's usually a good indication that I like it. So all right, let's do one more 5-shot group and then we'll move on. We'll make an adjustment. Okay, I'm liking that. I'll load up some more rounds. I'm going to adjust this tuner. I'll 0 it on the first notch here, and we'll see how that affects groups. Okay, got the tuner probably set on actual like number 1 setting here. Let's go to the next target and see what she does. Okay, that's probably the worst group we've shot so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move on. We'll do another full turn. For those of you complaining about audio, I'm trying some new mics also to see how that works out. Let me know what you think there. I'm just going to move on from that one. 2 that are so far apart that I don't see worth testing that setting anymore, so we're going to make another full turn. Moving down. Let's just go ahead and move on to the next one here again. Yeah, it's walking down. Moving on to the next one. You give up on that one too. See how the point of impact changes, starting out low and it kind of come up the center. And I don't feel like that tune is good for us either, so we'll move on to the next one. Pulled that one slightly. It dropped left and low when I was pulling. I watched it. Giving up on that one. Oh, stay in that tune for a minute here. It seemed like it was coming together pretty good. 3, almost 4 in the hole, same hole, and then one drop low. Not been a huge fan of this particular lot of match. No change to the tuner, just moving on to the next 5-shot group unless we see something weird. Let's keep working this tune here. See if it drops any. Like I said, you can't expect everything to be a one-hole group, even with the tuner or the best rifle or anything like that. It's going to be variation in ammo, wind, the rest. We've got new benches out here where I shoot, and they're a lot stiffer, but I could still see just slight movements, like putting my left hand on the table and adjusting my rest. I can see movement there when that happens. So there's so many variables that you got to kind of, look at your groups and then shoot multiple groups when you do find that tune that you think you like. And then you can fine tune within that kind of node. So I'm just doing full turns, and there's 25 clicks in between. So finding the tune can be a bit of a pain, and honestly, it's going to cost you quite a bit of this ammo. So if you do want to tune, buy the lot of ammo that's going to be in that speed that I think you like or your gun likes, and then try tuning from there. As of right now, buying 1 or 2 boxes of something so you can test isn't really feasible. You've almost got to go full send and just buy what you can, because if you buy 2 boxes and it takes a week to get to you, 3 days to a week to get to you, and then by the time you test it in good conditions, is that ammo going to be available? Who knows? So I've been doing a lot of gambling and just buying lots here and there. And what I am seeing, though, is it can take ammo that's typically not super great for me, and it can kind of bring it in and make it shoot much better than what it would without the tuner. do one more group with that and see how she does. Let's move on. All right, this one's getting really close to my camera. Dropping that tune. Next turnout. Ditching that one. Moving on. Okay, another turnout. Yep, dropping that one. Okay. Now, when looking at the scale on that tuner, the graduation scale as you go out, right now I'm at about 3 1/4 because it's one full turn gets you like a quarter through each. Like from 1 to 2, it'll go start out at 1. That'll be your 0. Then 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2. And that's what a full turn will do, is to get you that quarter graduation on that tuner. So kind of let you know where I'm at right now as we've been running through and doing all the testing. Yep, moving on. Three and a half. Move on. We are now at 4 on that graduated scale on the tuner. Whoa. Moving out. Four and a quarter. Four and a half. Give that one another shot here. Doing another 5-group shot. Setting is 4.5 on the tuner's graduated scale there. Okay. Kind of run out of space on target, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tuner all the way back in to my first setting, and let's see if it's repeatable from that first setting. Okay. Tuner is back on original setting. And let's see if it's repeatable. Okay. No, dropped one. Do a couple more groups with this setting. Shooting 4 in one hole and then having that one flyer is maddening. Same hole. It's like 4 in the same hole and then one dropping low. Can't really be angry about that. Let's adjust it. Let's see if we can make this bullseye shooting here. See how that affects things here. I think I've got fluid up 4 here for this mag. Five total in this mag. I have one left over. Let's move to the next one. And drop down another click up into it. Do some more groups here. These are looking pretty solid for being the first setting on the tuner. And honestly, if it's consistently shooting like this with this ammo, I'm not going to be upset. Do another one here. Let's load up some more just for consistency's sake. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, just turned all the way in and making a difference. And you guys will have seen my baseline with this ammo and kind of let me know what you all think when it comes to, does a tuner make a difference? In my eyes, I think it does. There's probably a lot more playing around with it I can do. Do I want to burn all the ammo to do it? I don't know. Maybe if I had a case ammo and I was going to shoot super competitively in like ARA, I would. Not bad. I'll tell you what, those are looking pretty decent. So let's do 5 more and then we'll close out the video. So there you have it. You'll see the data post on screen as we go through the video. As always, guys, if you like what I'm putting down, please like, subscribe, comment. Give me feedback. Let me know how I'm doing and some other things that you'd like to see maybe differently. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.